Alright then, man, so I'm just going to do a review then of the Xbox Series S. Now, I purchased this 2 days ago from Amazon. Um, I am actually a PlayStation guy, um, but the PS5 very difficult to purchase at this moment in time. So because of that, I said to myself, well, let me get the Series S. And plus, what really tipped it in its favor was the fact that it could play Microsoft Flight Simulator. That for me was what pushed it for me. So on Amazon, £250. I also got the Game Pass as well, 3 months Game Pass as well. But when you do purchase the Series S and you connect to the internet, you do get the opportunity of getting Game Pass for just £1 for the first month, and then is it £10.99 a month there afterwards. But I cancelled my card payment for any renewals, so I'm just paying literally for just 1 month's Game Pass before then I will use my 3 months thing that I got from Amazon. So that'll be 4 months in total worth of Game Pass activity. So let's jump right into it. So in terms of the first thing I want to talk about is memory. Now that's a big thing that people do speak about. What I will say is this: for me personally, that's not an issue because I'm not a hardcore gamer as such. The only games that I really play is FIFA, now Flight Simulator, and maybe a racing game. That is it. That is all for me, really. That is it. Now, for some people who are hardcore gamers who are going to be rinsing out, absolutely rinsing out Game Pass, then yes, memory could be a problem for you. Could be. But there are ways around it. There are ways around it. You can purchase a 3.0 USB stick where you can transfer the games that you have purchased to your USB back and forth. So you don't delete it, you just transfer it to your USB. So then you make space and you transfer it back and forth. You can do that. Or you can buy that official Xbox expansion pack thing. But I know that by the time you do the maths for that, you're better off just getting a Series X or a PS5 if that's what you want. So for me personally, the memory is not an issue for me personally. It's not. So here are the USB ports back there. 3.0, you've got the HDMI, the expansion pack, power cord, and there is the Ethernet cable input. What I would say though, it would be nice if the power cord was longer. I would have liked it if it was longer, but look, minor, that's minor. And the front here, and here as well, obviously, the back. Now, what I have to say is that when I first took out its box, video and photographs does not do it justice on just how tiny this console is. It is absolutely tiny. In fact, I was very shocked. I knew it would be small, but I did not know it would be this small. Right now on camera, you just don't really get the sense of how tiny it is, but it is the tiniest thing ever. And it's just hard to believe that this thing is a next generation console, because it is. It is. In terms of specifications, I mean, look, it doesn't really mean much to me. The 60 frames per second or 120 frames per second and the teraflops and the this and the that doesn't matter to me. It's a next generation console. The graphics are amazing. I've been playing it in the living room, which is a 50-inch television. It looks fantastic. In my room, been playing it on my small screen there. It looks fantastic. It's just wonderful. It's fantastic. And I think anybody who's deciding between the Series X and the Series S, in my opinion, but like I said, it depends if you're a real hardcore gamer, the Series S will be just fine. It will be just fine. In terms of the 4K HD element, if that really is so important to you, then get the Series X. But what I will say is that really, in terms of differences, it's not going to be that big. I mean, here I am right now. This is Flight Simulator I've got up right now at the moment. It's crystal. Now, I want to make it clear, my small TV in my room, this isn't anything fancy. It's just a regular HD TV. Nothing fancy. But it's crystal. The graphics are fantastic. It's a very small screen. This is only 19 inches, a 19-inch screen. But I sit right in front of the screen, so it works out well. The graphics are fantastic. If you do buy a TV that has 4K capabilities, because do remember that the Series S, although it's not true 4K, it can upscale to 4K. So it won't be true 4K, but it can upscale to that sort of level. Look, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So I wouldn't stress yourself out to get the Series X. In memory though, like I said, memory, downloading multiple games, and if you know that you are a serious game head, then fine, fair enough. Go for the Series X just on the memory side of things. But for me, it's all good. And like I said, the USB 3.0 USB stick can sort that out. Yes, the 3.0 USB stick, you won't be able to play games from it like you do with the official Xbox expansion pack. But like I said, you just transfer the games back and forth across the USB, and it actually is quite quick in comparison to like deleting and re-downloading the entire game. That's why for me, my flight simulator now, that's just going to stay on my Series S. That will just stay on the SSD here on the Series S. So that means I have, what, 190 gigs of memory remaining, and that's enough for the next FIFA game that comes out, and enough for if I decide to download Forza Horizon as a little fun thing. And I'm good. And if there is a time where I do want to download another game that I just feel I have to get, then I know then I'll just remove, say, Forza Horizon or something like that to the USB, transfer that to my USB, and then I can download, have space to download then whichever game it will be. So in terms of the controller, very, very nice controller, because I'm a PlayStation man. And in fact, I'll just show it for evidence. I'm a PlayStation man. That's my PS4 controller. And there's my PS4 right there. What I will say is that I was very, very concerned, because I've been a PlayStation guy since birth. I was very concerned because I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have to get used to this controller, get used to the buttons when I'm playing FIFA. It's going to be like a new experience. But holding the controller in my hand, doing what I need to do, I have to say, actually, it was pretty nice, the Xbox controller. It was very, very nice in my hand. Very nice in my hand. Felt really nice. Of course, AA batteries, we all know that. But down the line, I will buy a rechargeable compartment for it. But I gotta say, it felt really nice and natural. So I think me playing FIFA 22, God willing, when it finally comes out, it won't be difficult, and I think it will be quite nice. I'll just put it on alternative settings, alternative button controls on FIFA for when I'm playing FIFA. So it'll be the same. Square is to shoot, X is to shoot, A is to pass, well, X is to pass, A is to pass. On the PlayStation, for me, circle would be crossing, while on the Series S controller, B would be to cross. So it'll be just alternative buttons like I did when I played it on the PlayStation. So yeah, so that is a really nice controller, I have to say. At first I was worried about the joystick on the top left of my Series S controller, whether I'd get used to that, because obviously on the PlayStation, as you can see, the joysticks are lower. But I actually found it was really nice. It was actually it was nice. So yeah, I got used to that. What I have done though, I did purchase from Amazon as well, is an Xbox wired controller, okay? Now the reason why I did this was because I knew before I got the Series S that I would be playing a lot of Flight Simulator, and I didn't want to use the original Xbox Series S white controller for that, simply because that controller, I want to use it more for when I'm playing FIFA. But for a game like Flight Simulator, well, Flight Simulator, it's not a game. Flight Simulator, it's actually a software. It's a Flight Simulator software. But anyway, playing Flight Simulator, I knew that this controller would be the one that I'd be using. And yeah, it's a very nice controller. I got it from Amazon. It was designed for Xbox. It has to use a USB, which is I used the one at the front there to put it in. And yeah, it's great. It really, really is great. So all in all, I'd say for people who are really deciding, oh, should I get the Series S or not, get the Series S. You will not be disappointed. And I have to say as well, it is a very, very beautiful console. And I also purchased as well, so this is the case, the case for the Series S. I got it from Amazon as well. So the Series S would go in there, the controllers, and also all the wires and bits and pieces. And also my tablet as well, I'd slot in there as well, because I will be doing a lot of travelling over the next 12 months, up and down the country, God willing. So yeah, there you have it. So the Series S, I give it a 10 out of 10. I am not a Microsoft man. I've always been a Sony man. I really am not a fan of Microsoft, especially Bill Gates with all of the nonsense that he's doing. But just for this, I had to get it for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I had to. And £250, you can't argue with that. So when my Game Pass comes to an end in 4 months' time, on the final day, I will purchase Flight Simulator, the full version. Well, purchase it for myself rather than paying it on Game Pass. I'll get the premium deluxe version, and I will purchase as well FIFA 22 as well on the final day of my Game Pass, so I can get it at a discounted price. Because when you do have Xbox Game Pass, you do get games at a discounted rate, whereas if you don't have Game Pass, you do pay a bit more. So yeah, you just got to be strategic of how you use Game Pass. For me, like I said, because I don't play that many games, I'm not looking to play every single game. Game Pass for me, just for me, not really that viable. But for someone who rinses games, who has to play all the games, all the different games that come out, then it would be for you. But not for me. I'd much rather just buy the full game, download the full game, and buy the full game. Because really, when I do the maths with Xbox Game Pass, as great as it is, and I do think it is great, I just don't really feel comfortable paying 300, maybe £250 after, say, 2 years for a console as a subscription. Like, I'd rather just buy the full game and just know that's mine. Me personally, but everyone's different. I'm a traditional guy anyway when it comes to games. Alright, so that'll be that. Hope that helps someone. Hope that helps a soul out there who's deciding back and forth. But if you do get the Series S, you won't be disappointed. So take care and God bless.